Hey you guys, so today we're going to do a mobility and flexibility workout. This is a great workout that you can do either on your rest days or anytime throughout the day that you just feel like you need to open up the body, get some energy. It's a really good one to do if you are exercising a lot because it's going to help you recover quicker and prevent injuries. So I want you to think about mobility as the range of motion in your joints, and then flexibility as the ability for your muscles to lengthen. So they are a little bit different, but we're gonna work on both today. It's gonna be a pretty short segment. I want you guys to have a mat if possible, or just a soft surface, so a carpet in your house would be fine. And then also a couple of towels. So we're going to be using either folded towels or folded blankets for some of the exercises. We're also going to do this workout without any shoes. So I'm going to take my flip-flops off and just put those to the side. And the first thing we're going to start off with is just some really basic movement. I like doing some of these moves in the morning just to energize myself. And they are inspired by Kundalini Yoga, which is a very fast-paced, fast breath work type of yoga. So the first move you guys are going to do is just feet right under the hips or maybe a little bit wider. Really root through those feet. You can even lift up the toes and spread them out and then place them back down. And we're standing nice and tall. Make sure that you have enough room so that when your arms go all the way out by your sides, you can fully twist. Now I want you to be careful, especially if you're doing this first thing in the day, not to twist too much at first, okay? We're going to take those arms out by the side and think of just moving all the way from your belly button up to the crown of your head. This is a great exercise to warm up the back of the spine and the core. So arms come out. You're going to inhale as you move to your left. So I'm going to go to my right, inhale, and then exhale as you go to your right. And we're going to do that a little quicker. So inhale, exhale. Now I like to inhale through my nose and exhale through my mouth. But really, just as long as you keep breathing is the most important thing, okay? And you can go at your own pace. You can take this slow. You can start to speed it up a little. Keep that breath going. I really like to push that air out on my exhale. Again, don't twist too far. This is just a little warm-up exercise. You might feel some heat in those shoulders and arms. That's good. We're getting those arms nice and activated. Now make sure that those shoulders aren't creeping up around your ears. You want to keep those shoulders back and down. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, 1. And bring it back to center, and then just roll those shoulders. You might feel a little tingling in your body. You might feel a little dizziness. Just take some deep breaths. Take a few shoulder rolls. Okay, the next one we're going to do is you're going to take your right hand face down, left hand on top, and you're going to inhale like you're drawing that air up to the top of your chest. And then as you exhale, bend your knees and push down to the floor. So inhale up, exhale down. Again, we don't want to have super straight legs. We don't want to overstretch too soon, okay? We're just getting everything moving. This is about creating energy in the body. Inhale up, exhale down. Let's do a few more. Inhale up, exhale down. We're pushing that air out. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Push your butt back. Hinge from those hips. Let's do 4 more. 2 more. And 1. Beautiful. Again, stand tall. Roll the shoulders back. Just feel the energy. Next one is just going to be side bending. So we're going to take those arms up overhead. And then you're going to drop your right arm by your side and reach over with the left. Exhale. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, other side. And then again, just keep doing Catch your own breath. Inhaling as you come up. Exhaling as you bend over. Maybe you can start to reach a little further on each breath. Then I want you to bring your awareness to that chest. Try and open your chest towards the ceiling so that you're not rounding through that upper back as you lean to the side. Inhale up, exhale over, and let's just do our last one on this side. Beautiful. Nice job, guys. Just shake it out. Okay, we're going to come to the one side of your mat, and I want you to take your towels and just place them on either side. So we'll be facing the top of the mat here with the towels on either side, but you're at your back of your mat, okay? We're going to go into a little forward fold. And again, I want you to bend your knees as much as you need to. What's more important than getting your hands to the ground is keeping a straight spine as we go down. So let's just take those hands to the hips, roll your shoulders back, take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, think of pushing your butt back behind you and lengthening out through the crown of your head. You can even keep your eyes towards the front of the mat. I want you to come down all the way. Let your chest sort of drape over your thighs and then release your hands to the ground. Let your head hang, shake it out. So it's okay if your fingertips are just touching the ground, and it's okay if you really need to bend the knees. Work within your own level of flexibility here. Now you're going to walk both of those hands over to one side and really reach. You should feel that nice stretch through the side of the leg. Then walk your hands over to the other side. Inhaling as you come through center, and then exhaling as you reach over. And again, back to the other side. Take your time here. We're really just opening up those legs and hips. We're going to do one more this way. And then we're going to add on a little here, you guys. So what I want you to do is place this towel in front of you if you need it, okay? We're going to be straightening out this front leg and reaching to the ceiling. So you're going to take your back hand onto the towel, straighten through that front leg, bend your back leg, and reach up. Big inhale, lengthen, reach those fingertips up towards the sky. You should feel a nice stretch all through your IT band and your outer hip. And then exhale, bring it down, and we're going to switch. So you're bending that front leg, straightening the back leg, reach up with the back arm. Exhale, bring it down. Oh, one thing I should show you guys here. If it's too much on your shoulder to reach up, just place your hand on the hip, straightening through that front leg and open the chest, okay? The arm is just an extension of the body, but you can always just twist and open. If this is hard on your neck to look up, you can always look down. Let's release it. Straighten that back leg, twist. Hand can stay on the hip or hand can reach up. Deep breath. And exhale all the way down. Okay, now here we are in our forward fold. Grab onto your opposite elbows, let your head hang, and bounce. Just let it all go. Shake the head, relax the neck. Good, and then releasing those arms, soften the knees, and roll all the way up to standing. Those shoulders are back at the top. If it feels good, you can take a breath. Reaching those arms up and exhale down. Really good. Okay, guys, we're going to get into opening up those hips. So I want you to take either one or both towels and place it at the end of your mat. We're going to go into a squat. Let me show you from the front. So if you can squat all the way to the floor with your knees just outside your hips and your heels not coming off the ground, great. Otherwise, don't let your ego take over and use a prop. Even for me, I need to place my heels on this towel. you might need to place it on both towels, like double up, right? So with my heels elevated, I can keep my feet just outside the hips, the toes turned out slightly, and I'm gonna come into like a deep yogic squat. So ideally your elbows stay in between the knees here. Now if this is still too much for you and you can't even come down into a squat, even with both towels under your heels, totally fine. What I want you guys to do if that's the case is just come down and sit your butt on there and try and work on opening up those hips, keeping your knees nice and wide and your elbows pressing in, okay? So from there, we're gonna do a little bit of movement. I'm gonna bring that towel to the end of the mat. You might even be able to, I think for me, I can lay it out a little flatter. I just need that little bit of lift. And it's something to work towards. This is mobility right here, okay? So you're gonna come down into that squat, try to keep your spine as upright as possible. And then from here, we're gonna walk forward onto all fours. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, lift that chest and arch through the back. So we're dropping the belly, and then exhale as you round. You're gonna come back out to a flat back, so neutral spine, tuck the toes and walk your hands back into your squat. So we're gonna do that a couple of times here with a little bit quicker, okay? Walk it out, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, exhale. Neutral spine, inhale, tuck the toes, walk it back into your squat. This is such a great mobility warm-up. Walk it out again. Inhale, exhale, flat back, squat. Beautiful work, you guys. Let's do 2 more. Walk it out. Inhale. I like to untuck my toes when I'm in my cat-cow. It doesn't matter if you want to keep your toes tucked. We draw that belly to the spine as we exhale and round through the back, tucking the chin. Flat back, squat. Okay, last one. The breath is really important. Awesome. So you might already feel a little bit more open in those hips, okay? Let's come on down. Take your towel to the side for now. You're not going to need it. Actually, let's bring it up towards the top edge of the mat. So we're going to go into a plank, and then we're going to do a little bit of back opening, like Cobra Pose. Let me make sure I'm on track here. Okay, good. So I want you guys to come into your plank, and remember, you can keep your knees down. That's always an option. So if the knees are down, either way, your hands are going to be right underneath your shoulders, okay? So we don't want those hands way out in front of us. We want to shift that weight forward. If your knees are down, they're still back a little bit behind the hips, so the crown of your head to your tailbone is a straight line. I want you to think of drawing the shoulder blades down your back, so you're engaging there. And then, if you're ready, fire up that core, drawing the belly button in, lift the pelvic floor, and then straighten out the legs one at a time. We're just going to hold here for a couple of breaths. This isn't going to be a super hard one. We want to just open up, fire up the core a little bit. One more breath in. And then with or without the knees, you're going to lower to the mat. So you can drop your knees or just lower down using those triceps. Untuck your toes. Okay, we're going to do a little flow here for the upper back. So actually, you're going to have to move that towel to the side or to the front of your mat. Take your fingertips out into that Cobra Pose, okay? So it's like I think they call it wide arm cobra, and you're going to spider your fingertips. Inhale as you lift the chest. Now when you're here, I want you to press the toes into the mat, squeeze your glutes, and then exhale, come down. Let's do it again. Inhale, lift up. Open up through the collarbones, exhale down. Really use the muscles in your back here. You're not just lifting with the arms. It doesn't matter how high you come. Okay, we're gonna add on a little bit here. So I want you to inhale up. You can stay with the first version or reach your arms out. Inhale the fingertips back down and exhale, release. So if that's too much, keep doing the first version. Either way, keep pushing the backs of your toes or the tops of your toes into the mat. Ready? Inhale up, exhale, reach. Inhale, fingertips down, and exhale, release. Let's do that one more time. Inhale up, exhale, reach, lift a little higher. Inhale, fingertips down, and exhale. Beautiful work, you guys. We're going to come into a child's pose. Sit those hips back, reach your arms forward, drop your head to the mat. Couple of deep breaths here. Awesome job. Okay, so remember how I said you needed that towel up at the top of your mat? We're going to actually place our head on the towel and actually grab your other towel as well. So we're going to do an exercise called T-spine, where basically we're twisting side to side. So you are twisting through the lower back, but we're also opening up the T-spine or the thoracic spine, that upper body. So it might look a bit different than some other twists you've done. So you're going to come onto your back. I want your head on that towel so your neck is in line with your spine. This towel here is only if you need it for your knee, okay? So you're going to take the leg that's furthest away from the video, bring that up towards your chest. Let's give it a little squeeze here. Maybe give a couple circles, just massaging out that hip joint. Feels so good. Circle the other way. Beautiful, you guys. Now from here, this is where it varies a little bit. You're going to take both arms out, palms facing up, and then shift your weight towards the back edge of the mat. Now bring that leg over. Now you can see I'm tight, so my knee's not touching the ground. Not without me really torquing my back. I can touch my foot, but not my knee. So I'm going to take this towel, and I'm just going to place it under that knee for a little bit of support. Now you're going to take this back arm, reach it forward. It's like you're closing up a book between your hands. And then you're going to slide that top hand along your arm, across your chest, and reach it all the way back. You can look back as well. Let's try that again. So reach forward. And this time let's inhale as you slide that hand. And then exhale as you open. Should feel really good. We're going to do it 3 more times. Now the goal here, you've got to try and keep your shoulders as close to the ground as possible. Both shoulders. 2 more times. Take your time with this one, guys. Really feel that opening, that expansion. Last one. Fabulous job. Okay, let's come onto our backs nice and easy. Shift your hips back to the center. And we're going to take this towel onto the other side. But before we switch, I just want you to do a few windshield wipers, nice and gentle with the legs. Just release that back. All right, now we're going to do the other side. So extend your back leg, bring your front leg in. Let's do a few circles with that hip joint. Again, great for mobility. And reverse. And then shift your hips a little closer to that front edge of the mat, bringing your top leg over. Place it on the towel if you need it. Now, one side might feel significantly different. It probably does, okay? So just honor your body where you're at today, okay? Let's take that top arm, reach it over like closing a book. Slide the hand across as you inhale, and exhale, open. Look towards that hand. Bring it over. Slide it up the arm, across the chest, and exhale. Beautiful. Very nice, you guys. One more on this side. And great job. All right, carefully bring that knee back in. Shift those hips back to center. And this time, let's hug the knees into the chest. Just give them a little squeeze. You can lift your head if you want to really tuck and round that back. You can also do some circles here. Massage the spine. And then we're going to actually rock up to a seated position. So I want you to tuck your chin. Think of like making a C-spine here. There's like a curvature all the way from your tailbone up to the top of your head. Keep your chin tucked. Inhale back. Exhale forward. We'll do it a few times. Let's do one more. Nice. Good. Scoot your butt back behind you. And again, we're going to use the towel, but only if you need it. Now, I'll show you what I mean. We do so much sitting, right? So our hip flexors get tight. And often when our hip flexors are tight, it's hard for us to sit here and keep a tall spine. We tend to round forward. So if it's really hard on your back to keep a tall spine here, or just uncomfortable, again, don't let the ego take over. It's okay to place those hips up on your towel and see how much easier it is for me to keep a tall spine. Okay, from here, you're going to inhale as you lift the shoulders up, and then exhale, roll those shoulders back down towards, like you're setting your shoulder blades onto your back, okay? From here, we're going to do a little forward fold, but it's going to be different than what you've done before probably. So we're going to do some side to side with our forward fold, kind of like we did standing earlier, okay? So the first thing you guys are going to do is inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Then inhale up and exhale, twist towards me. So you're going to bring your back hand behind you and your front arm across the leg. Inhale up, exhale, fold. Inhale up, exhale, twist. Keep it going, you guys. And again, we want to keep that spine as long as possible. So bend the knees if you need to. Really point your toes up towards the ceiling here so you feel that stretch in your calves and hamstrings. Oh, so good. Let's do one more on the other side. And then we'll go into the full twist. And beautiful. Okay, shake it out. You're going to take that front leg, cross it over, and now we'll go into that full twist. So you can either keep your hips on the towel or not. I'm going to actually take mine off for this. Just make sure you're kind of on those sit bones, right? Sit up really tall. Now I want you to inhale your back arm up, or your front arm, sorry. Take it behind you. Then inhale your back arm up and cross the elbow over the knee. Now if that's too tricky, just hug your knee in, okay? Lots of options. Once you're in that position, take a deep breath. Lengthen that spine on your inhale, and then exhale, look back. 2 more like that. Inhale. And don't over twist. You want to challenge yourself, but you don't want to force it. Work with the breath. Beautiful. Let it go. Bring that leg forward. Maybe give them a shake. Cross the other leg over. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale across. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. 2 more. So good. Come back to center. Shake it out. Let's actually lean back and we'll do some windshield wipers right here. Another great one for opening up the hips. Okay, you guys, I'm going to have you face the front and take the soles of your feet together. So this is our classic butterfly position to stretch those inner thighs and open up the hip flexors. I'm going to start off by just bouncing the knees a few times, get some mobility there. And when we fold forward, one of your options, again with the towels, is to take a towel under each knee. Now, you really only need to do this if your knees are so high up and you can't relax them and you need to just relax them. I feel like I'm pretty open here, so I'm going to move the towels out of the way. Now you can also, if you're really flexible, increase this stretch by scooting your body forward. So you're bringing your pelvis towards your heels. And then from here, again, lengthen through the spine on that inhale. You can grab the outsides of the feet or make hooks with your index and middle finger. Grab the big toes. And exhale. Let's take it nice and easy with a few more breaths. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, pull. Inhale. I want you to think of like a string pulling your chest forward. Exhale. One more. And on that last breath, you can let your head hang down. Just let your back round a little bit. Hold here and breathe. And then slowly rolling up, stacking the spine. Awesome job, you guys. We are all done. Like I said, do this workout anytime you feel like you're tight or you just want to create some energy in your body. It's also a great one to do on your rest days in between those hard workouts to prevent injury and improve performance as well. Okay, let me know what you think. I'll see you soon.